Charles Oliveira will be in the corner of Ian Gary this weekend against Shavkat, which is a good idea. Shavkat tapped out Ian Gary in sparring. That's what Shavkat says. He says Ian Gary's wife was recording the session and they can put it out if they want to, but they're not going to want to do that. Ian Gary had interest in taking on Hamzat in the future. You're too skinny, kid. Don't go near the wolf's teeth. You'll end up without a head. Shavkat hopes to fight Dricus du Plessis next for the middleweight title. The UFC Seattle Fight Night card February 22nd adds Jean Silva versus Melsek Bagdasaryan. Silva is on quite a roll right now, repping the Fight Nerds. The whole team has been on fire. Also added to the card, Adam Fugit versus Islam Dulatov. Dulatov is coming off a Contender Series victory. Got a UFC contract. He's a huge star in Germany. Shara Bullet with 2 watches in this picture because Habib gifted him a $10,000 watch. Bryce Hall versus Kimbo Slice Jr. added to the Knucklemania January 25th BKFC card in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It is headlined by Jeremy Stevens versus Eddie Alvarez. Hometown favorite, Eddie Alvarez.
With Mike Perry, he got his face caved in by the second round and he quit. It's just like Philly. It's a great place, right? But you guys are runners up. You're second best. You guys will always will be. And the thing that's going to be different January 25th is we're going to find out what I already know is I'm the baddest motherfucker in the bare knuckle right now. And he's going to find out what I already know and certain of.
In Philadelphia, humble yourself. This city has a weird way of humbling people, whether it's they find someone to humble you or they humble you themselves. But comes to January 25th, I'm glad that I'm that guy that gets to do that. This guy came here with a mohawk, pair of sunglasses, looks like a dickhead, saying something about Philadelphia.
February 25th, coming out on top. There's not a man alive who can fuck with me when it comes to bare knuckle. I'm the most violent guy in bare knuckle in combat sports history. I get a chance to prove that January 25th. What I already know is I'm that fucking dude. Just like he gave up on you in Philly. You guys had him. He was supposed to take out McGregor as boss. He couldn't do it. You know, he's a runner-up. That's it. And I get a chance to go in there and prove why I'm the best motherfucker, and you guys just don't know it. And I'm certain of it. January 25th is my night. Mark my words. Fucking dork, fucking dorks. Hey, you fat fuck, shut up.
I promise you.
I promise you. Every fucking training session, every
You lost
fucking day
way
of your
too
life.
much to become
Bullshit.
You lost way too
Every
much.
day of your fucking
You ain't
life
never
waste
beat
of fucking
no
time for
champion.
January 25th.
You've
I'm
never
gonna
been a
fucking smash
champion.
you.
You'll never beat a fucking champion.
You're all
Ever.
done, bud. You're all
Ever.
done. Too slow.
Beck Rawlings versus Taylor Starling also added to that Knucklemania show Jan 25th. Rawlings has a new documentary out on Netflix, Australia and New Zealand. Piotr Yan says that O'Malley's pregnant because he's out of action for 9 months. Piotr may be getting the next title shot. That's the guy who Merab the champ wants to fight next. Turkey Al Sheikh wants to do Wilder versus Ngannou in boxing, and he also wants to do Ngannou versus Jones in MMA, which would be infinitely harder feat to accomplish.
25 is at the next year. I'm out of it.
After our second fight. You're out of it?
Yeah,
Care to elaborate on that?
out of the sport.
After our second fight. Nah, no, I'm gonna win, bro.
Nah, I could tell you my fights.
Gervonta showed up around 4.5 hours late to the press conference. Gervonta Davis arrived on stage at 5:28 Eastern Time for a press conference that was originally scheduled to start at 1 a.m. Eastern Time at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, just cause apparently he didn't leave Miami on a private jet until after the original start time. So 2 minutes shy of 4.5 hours late.
How much you want to bet? Because I came up here alone. How much y'all want to bet? How much you want to bet? Just cut it out. Huh? 100? That's a bet. What's your name? Al, where you from? All right, bet. Bet. It's a bet.
Alright, cuz.
It's a bet.
Yeah, cuz.
Tay feeling better now. Tay feeling better.
Some people mad UFC doing promos with OnlyFans girls. Why promoting an OnlyFans girl? UFC, what the F is this? Well, this is a new low for the UFC. This promo was about giving away a McLaren on Power Slap. Corn is the new king. In terms of income, it would be this one girl made $4.7 million off just one guy. $84 subscription, but he tipped her $4.4 million, so that's like tipping 5.3 million%. She claims to have made $43.4 million in a year.
And the things that we've noticed here at the PI is that athletes don't come in to treat concussion. You guys don't. A lot of the conversations that I've had with the fighters is that they don't want to admit that they got rocked. They think that if they need to have a headache to have a concussion, and that's not the case. We have developed a state-of-the-art, brand new sport-specific return-to-play test that nobody else is utilizing, that we're hoping to implement at other gyms, other clinics for MMA athletes. So just a couple of things that we've added to just test different aspects of all those clinical profiles. So some rotation, some bear crawls with rolls and turns, getting you guys on the ground, not just on a treadmill running. Wall walks, round and pound, right? Stuff that's familiar for you guys, and getting your feedback of like, you're right, this doesn't feel great for me, but hey, turning and rolling was fine. Great, we're going to clear you for those things. So again, we're utilizing all these sport-specific pieces to really challenge you. And like we've mentioned, some of the cognitive stuff, so multitasking. So if you can't see, the lights are lighting up, and each color represents a different action that you have to do. Yep, and there you go. So it keeps you guys it's challenging all those different cognitive pieces, but keeping it sport specific.
So we looked at the people who started in the study as active fighters and then retired, that's the blue bars, compared to those people who started as active fighters and stayed active throughout the study period that we're monitoring. Top left, processing speed. So you can see in the blue bar, their scores are getting higher, whereas meaning that they're getting better, their processing speed is better after they retire than the active fighters who kind of stay the same. It's interesting if you look at memory, same thing. The retired fighters' scores are better once they retire than the active fighters who continue to get worse. And I think the reaction time is kind of an important one. So again, reaction time, you can see in the blue bars, is actually going down. That is, the reaction time's faster compared to the red bars, which is the active fighters, who are getting slower over time. So again, I think there is something to be said about, and I think what hopefully we can use is this information to guide training, how much sparring you should be doing, how much rest should you have over time after a fight, and issues like that, because that one will help with performance.